Well, hello, hello, hello. We're recording this in the middle of August, and it is absolutely boiling where I am. But my very, 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 very important guest who is going to introduce himself to you in a minute. It's in an air-conditioned room. Not very happy about that. But hello, hello, hello. Well, I'm not going to steal your thunder. Do you want to introduce yourself to us, Dr. Pimm, and tell us what you do?
Yeah, hi, I'm Freddie. I'm one of the GP partners at Senior Surgery, and I suppose I'm here today as one of the fellowship program directors for the Peer Health Fellowship Program.
Right, let's just pause you there then. So for anybody that's actually listening to us today that doesn't know what a GP fellowship program is, just give us a bit of an overview of the general GP surgery, GP fellowships and what we're trying to do up here.
Yeah, so I suppose a fellowship program is usually an educational program designed for fully qualified GPs, often who are relatively new to the profession, but actually there are fellowship programs for GPs that have been practicing for years. There's usually a specific focus or a theme to a fellowship program. So there's been a lot of buzz recently about the NHS newly qualified fellowship program, which is for anyone who's sort of in the first year, 18 months of training. And actually the Peer Health Fellowship Program is somewhat based on that program, in that we're looking for generally newly qualified GPs, certainly GPs who are relatively new to GP practice, who are interested in furthering their career, interested in continuing professional development and educating themselves. We've taken some of the good aspects of the NHS newly qualified fellowship program, things like paid time for continued professional development, things like mentoring and support from a host practice, and we've tried to build on that. So we've added things like a study budget, we've increased the amount of paid CPD time from 1 session to 2 sessions, we've taken the in-house mentoring or the mentoring they offer, and we've brought it in-house with the Peer Health Fellowship Program. And really what we're looking for are enthusiastic people who are passionate about being GPs, passionate about their career, want to further themselves and take part in what is a really exciting program. Basically to benefit themselves and peer health.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking back, really excited actually for you being here, but I'm thinking back about, I don't know, 5 months ago when you and I had a conversation, first an email actually, about this amazing idea that you kind of had, and thinking through where we've got to now and actually seeing this proposition, this project, this brainchild of yours come to fruition is just amazing. So take us back to 5 months ago and talk to us a little bit about why you had this brilliant idea, because of course since then you've had Dr. Cummins join and the two of you pioneered this, but what made you actually have this brilliant idea for us to create our own fellowship up here?
Yeah, I think I'm not that far out of training. I certainly still remember being a GP trainee. And one of the things I remember when I was finishing my training was how many of my colleagues were saying they didn't feel ready to be a sort of grown-up GP. And also within myself, there were still things that I wanted to do. I wanted to go on and get further qualifications, diplomas and so forth. I wanted to continue to learn and develop. And so the idea for the fellowship program really came from that, having a slightly more sheltered environment than sort of the big bad world out there, having an environment where you're encouraged to continue to educate yourself, where you're paid to go and get a diploma rather than having to find the time, in your time off, essentially. Those are the sorts of thoughts I was having. Wouldn't it be great if we could pull that together into something? And I suppose thinking about it, eventually we came out with the idea of a fellowship program to try to create those opportunities.
And how does it actually feel, Dr. Pimm, taking an idea from something and nothing to actually get into a place where it's something and something, where you're now the program director for the fellowship, one of 2, but you are the pioneer of this. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's very exciting. I have to say it's very exciting. I think it's tiring. We've put an awful lot of hard work into this. and as we should have done, it's quite a big project. It needs hard work so that it runs well and runs properly. But yeah, overall, I think I'm just excited for the first cohort of fellows to come through. I'm excited to see, excuse me, that's my doorbell, excited to see what they can bring to peer health, and also to see how they're going to develop and mature over the course of the programme.
Yeah, no, absolutely very exciting, especially being your brainchild as well, and actually seeing that go through, really, really excited. And we've got quite a lot of fellowship programs going, haven't we? Shout out a few to us. I will do a couple, I'll attempt to do a couple, and then you can come in and fill in. So we've got Green Health, which is all about sustainability. We've got Women's Health Inequalities, which is all about, well, as it says, ensuring that women get equal and fairness within healthcare. And we've got Women's Health on its own as well, which is a very different dimension as well, specifically just looking at the health of women. We've got more, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm really passionate about the teaching fellowship. I think that's because I like teaching, and so yeah, I'd love if we could get a teaching fellow recruited. I think it's still to see if anyone wants that particular role. The other one I like is the leadership fellow. I think within peer health we have a lot of expertise around leadership.
And that's popular, right? That's proving quite popular, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of GPs interested in that, and as a profession, we need good leaders at the moment because we're in a time of crisis. So I'm very keen that we train up the next generation who want to be involved in making those decisions, sort of above a practice level at a primary care network level and an integrated care pathway level as well. Yeah.
We've got a fair few more, haven't we? Fair bit more.
Yes, we do, and you're testing me now.
Plenty. There's a sweep of them, isn't there? There is the digital fellow as well.
Yeah.
We all know that we kind of want to, move to a digital world and that's the hybrid role, isn't it? Really, because there's some face-to-face as well with that one.
Yeah, face-to-face and as remote working. I think a lot of our fellows are going to end up with a hybrid role. It's something we've seen more and more since the pandemic. Is that interest in doing some working from home, and I suppose what the fellowship showed is that what the pandemic showed is that it is possible to be a GP and do some work from home, certainly with the emphasis now on triage before we see people. So yeah, I think the innovation fellow is going to look at how we can make that sustainable model across peer health. But I do think what we'll find, Brandy, is a lot of our fellows are going to end up doing a day or perhaps even more from home a week, and that's exciting. And I think a great opportunity to push forward in terms of what we can offer and where GP is going next.
And the mental health fellows, quite an interesting one, and the frailty ones. Do you want to just give us a little bit of overview on that one?
Yeah. So the mental health fellow, I think there's going to be an awful lot of key work done around mental health in Western in the next few months. I know John Heather, who's the clinical director of peer health, has got a bit of a brainchild to create an integrated pathway for mental health that takes patients from the 111 service, that takes complex patients from GPs and links them directly in with social workers, mental health experts, whether that's psychiatrists, psychologists, nurse practitioners in mental health. And our mental health fellow has the opportunity to to actually be a part of setting that up and working day to day on a clinical level with that group, which is, it's just going to be brilliant. The frailty fellow, I suppose, is in a similar stream. The Frailty Fellow is working with the Frailty Hub, which is, I suppose, the previous brainchild, the last thing we've set up. A lot of resource going in there to work with our frail patients, particularly our care home patients, led by Holly Paris, who's just brilliant. We've got a real opportunity there to just gain expertise and make a real difference for an area of need in this area, at this time.
I mean, it's really exciting because I'm kind of thinking out there, there's any kind of new GPs coming out. It's just so much option that we have got on offer. And if you were becoming a very new GP, would you look at this offer that you've put on the table, and why do you say so?
I mean, yeah, 100%. I think the idea of being paid to do continuous professional development, you know, to go and essentially to be paid to go and get a degree, to have a study budget, to pay for the course, and then paid time, you know, paid at a full sessional rate as if I was seeing patients. I just think it's a fantastic opportunity. So I think purely on a self-interested level, you know, I think that sounds great. I think more than that, it's just a very exciting chance to get in, you know, on the ground floor of an organisation that's going somewhere, be part of a network that is going to be sort of on the express elevator to positions of influence within the primary care network. And just really exciting being able to get the mentoring, to learn in a protected environment, I think is great as well. So for me, yeah, it was absolutely everything I was looking for when I finished my VTS training. Yeah.
And this is a new proposition for us. It's something that we're trialing, and if it works well, and I know it will because we put so much thought, energy, blood and sweat in it, so you and Andrew have, it could be really good, and it could go viral. I mean, if you even started thinking about that yet, what if this gets so big that we're not able to contain it? Because at the moment we know that we are having to put on more interviews just so that we can accommodate the level and volume of requests that's coming in terms of having conversations with people.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I suppose this is how I get through working as a GP. I try to take every day as it comes and focus on what's in front of me. And certainly setting this up, it's been a lot of what next, what do we need to do to build this next in a sustainable way, in a way that's going to function really well. I do allow myself moments to dream. It would be great just to have a network of fellows. Perhaps not everyone's going to stay.
Wow, I like that.
But, you know, just to have that sort of legacy of people that have been through the program, that have had a great experience, you know, that have developed themselves and have invested in others and seen them develop too. I just think that could be the most amazing opportunity for us here, but for the people joining us, and actually across the wider area as people sort of leave the Peer Health Primary Care Network and go to other primary care networks. You know, it just feels like this is the future of general practice. And so for me, yeah, I think it's amazing to see what's going to happen in the next few months and years, I suppose.
Dr. Freddie Pimm, you have just been amazing from the inception of this idea to where it is now. From an end-to-end perspective, you have worked so hard to pull this off. We appreciate you. We know that this is going to work because you're in the background. You and Andrew, Dr. Cummins, have worked really hard on this, so we thank you. Could you plug in if anybody wanted any information about our fellowships and what it entails? Yes, there is some stuff on our website, so people can go and log on there. But which surgery do you work with? Do you work at, and how do people get in contact with you? Can they come via your surgery? And we do attend open days as well, don't we, in careers days around?
Yeah, exactly. So we are around at particularly local careers events with VTS trainees. Yes, absolutely. But people can come direct to me at Cedar Surgery in Weston. To be honest, probably email me. I think I'm the only Freddie Pimm on the NHS email system. So
lucky you.
Yeah, you just look for my name. I'm the only one there. So I mean, more than happy to chat to people who are interested. I hope I've communicated that I think this is a great program, really exciting, and absolutely more than happy to chat with anyone that has questions or wants more information. Yeah, please do get in touch.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us about our brand spanking new fellowship program led by our brand spanking new innovative fellowship director, Dr. Pimm. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brandy. Thanks.